he's got a choice. He's going to punch at the same time I punch, or he's going to try to move my hand out of the way. So either way, see? So I got that, so I'm moving around, so I go here. I listen to the response by going for his face. See? Okay? So I rotate and I strike. This is just a diversion, so I can do a lot. So this is for, can be used against an open guard. A tight guard, no, I'm here. I go here. So I go here, so I'm moving around. So here, I go. Right, so. Got it? So, I just thumbs up. I can also do time. So in slow motion, he did this. I did a view, hopefully to his eye. This hand position is called Wu Sao. It's covering my upper gate, my head. I can also do it in my middle gate. I'm going to do it right now in the upper gate, and I'm covering my center line. I can also do it on my central line, the line that I define when I do this in our first form. So I'm going to do a central line Wu Sao and a central line Bong Sao. Clear, lock, drop the elbow, strike. Back to that position. Clear, lock, drop the elbow, strike. Clear, lock, strike. Clear, lock, strike. So, since we don't face square on against an opponent, I'm going to have my center line facing 45 degrees away from my opponent. My Bong Sao is going to be on my central line. My Wu Sao is going to be on my central line. Clear, strike. Right? Clear, strike. Clear, strike. Same thing from here. Clear, strike. When I was demonstrating this, I did 3 movements. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It should really be 1, 2. 1, 2. And eventually 1. 1. 1. So I'm going to clear, strike. Does the same thing to me. He's going to react to that and bring his elbow up to protect him. I'm going to drop my elbow and punch. He's going to meet it. I'm going to come back to the guard position. He's going to do the same thing to me. He grabs my arm. I Wu Sao and Bong Sao. If I do a Wu Sao like this, his fist can touch me. Touch me with your fist. The Wu Sao should be straight to deflect the punch. Yes. I lock, punch. I take the punch and turn the punch into a lock, step into a left side neutral, and punch. He steps into a right side neutral, and blocks. I clear his hand, step forward and punch. He takes a half step back, takes a half step forward, so it's going back and forth. A lot of people think that we always have to do this. If I'm in a first stance, my goal is just to do that. Just take the K2. But I have to have the potential to raise this leg up to interrupt. So see, when you have to do this, is when I attempt to do this and you move back, then I have to interrupt and do that. Okay? Because my goal is just to step in, right? When I step in, you move back, I have to interrupt and do that. You don't want to start a fight off doing this. I mean, what would you do if you were a street fighter and did this? Right? Okay? So that's why you don't do that. So I go here. Only if you move back, see with that. Skip. Okay? Good. Start from different ranges. I think that's what I said, right? I mean, if I was here, that's where I did. So don't always do this. Right? Sometimes pretend you're at this range, whether you're side neutral or front stance. Sometimes you pretend you're at this range. You know, sometimes you pretend you are at this range, but he moves back, so you have to go and do that skill. Okay? So when you enter, sometimes pretend you touch his arm here and you circle around. Sometimes you touch the person's arm there and you circle around. Sometimes you've had to go way up here. It's a looping punch, and you had to go around. Sometimes you caught it here and had to go around. Okay? Because the fight is, when you do this, train yourself to do that. See, the Lao Sao. When you do the Lao Sao, drop your elbow to the slide. Right? Don't leave the elbow on. It's pulling your flank. So when you do this, keep this down. Here, come down. Okay? Okay, when I start, I'm in my side neutral or front stance, doesn't matter. I cover, touch the arm, I Lao Sao, I use my waist. That's the U-lit waist strength. I use the waist again here. When I step in and strike, I use the waist here. I don't use waist here. I don't use waist here, but I use waist here. Right? With the gansao, the waist, waist, waist. Okay? The tongue, the wrist should be parallel to the nose. So I didn't have a hand and something came here, I can block it. The Wu Sao, this should be parallel, so it covers anything coming to the center of your face, see? So here, I would be blocking, I'm coming to myself here. So that's why we keep our Wu Sao up here. You want the bend of your wrist parallel to the tip of your nose. So that anything that comes in, you block with your forearm. So if you didn't have a hand, you could do a Tang Sao. If your hand is low, it's going to collapse if somebody comes really hard. Okay? So the Tang should be up here to protect your head. So with the blade, remember I told you that bottom third part of the blade is used for blocking? That should be right here. So if somebody swings at you, you've got the Tang. So whenever you do a Tang, you do a jump. Because if he just does the Tang, I can slide down and cut his knuckles. So if he does Tang jut, right? So that jut turns to be like almost like a Wu Sao too. So you do Tang jut. You always want to do this, otherwise if you just do the Tang, you're going to cut your hand. It's wet. So Tang jut. So if they slide down, I'm protected by the guy. You know? Your eyes guide your hand movements. So he swings that be on this side. I have to focus. You have to train to do this. It's not going to come easy to do this. If I block this way, he pushes through. Look what happens. He's going to come and cut myself. He's going to do this. So you have to, see? And if he punches lower, I would go, see? I have to focus my eye. If he punches higher, I go wherever that is. And you have to train this. You're not going to get it just today. You have to make sure that you block with this part. What I'm about to show you later on is going to be really difficult. Most people don't understand what this is. They think it's just a bunch of flowery movements. Slaughtering, butchery. Same thing. So from here, I block, I check, I cut. Now this should be over. Once I do block, check, slice, but something happens. I missed him. I block, I check, I slice. I block, I check, I slice. Block, I check, I slice. I block, I check, I slice. I block, I check, I slice. Block, I check, I slice. So let's do this real slow. With the partner, your partner holds the blade up. Block, check. This one slices. So in this instance, I started with my right hand. So my right hand blocks and slices. The left hand only checks. If I started with the left hand, it would be the left hand that would block and slice, and the right hand would check. We're going to do for the right hand. So I block across, check, and I slice. Block, check, slice. Block, check, slice. Block, check, slice. Block, check, slice. This is for the inside. We have another one for the outside. I'll show you that. Hypothetically, so you come down. I block, put that over my head. So I block. Okay, look, in class, we're gonna do this. So it's like I punch in the sky. I punch, punch, and then slice. In real life, I would block the weapon first, then the hand. If I block the hand first, the pain's gonna make him let go, and that blade's gonna cut me. Okay? So he strikes down, 1, 2, I slice up. And then you go to the other side and do it with the other hand. But let's just do one side for now. So he does an overhead strike, 1, 2, strike. Let's just here, strike. Here, strike. So from here, get this back to sleep. Inside, outside, strike. So inside, outside. See how this comes around and protects that side? So inside, outside. So if something happens, I can actually maybe catch it here and then slice. So you gotta practice inside, outside, slice. Inside, outside, slice. I'm gonna move off line, start the slice there. So it's like an X straight. So I'm dragging. See? And then covering here, and then drag. And then cover here, and then drag. So I'll show you on this side. Cover this side, drag, cover here, drag, cover, make sure the blade hits. So you're cutting, you want to make a long cut on the person. So drag and cut. So slice. Long drag, cover that side. Drop the blade and cover this side. So this is and then this one is the T-step, whatever going around, drag the blade. So together we got just T-step on that one. Okay? So I retain that, see? See it pops back. Well, if it had some tension, it would pop back at me. So here, slice. So from here, and the drag's still the same drag. So if I'm in the front stance, Ando, Jando. Together. Strike comes in, I step off line, block, do a uppercut, check. See, so from here, I block it, come up, and this could be a strike or a slice, doesn't matter. I can do it with a T-step. This drag. Side neutral, block, strike. So I go block, bring this blade up, slice, and slice, or I can go and stab. This should be up here, because this could not come out of my hand. So I go slice. Right? So what I did was I brought this one forward and slice that way. But I could just go like this and slice this way. So if I do this one, I slice, I might want to go to this side. I can just leave the hand here, go up, slice. So the thing comes at you, it comes on top of your head, you go up, slice.